And we are back here in Los Angeles, Morris Media Studios. Myself, Fredo Cervantes, and I just want to go ahead and again let you guys know: go get your laces, man. You got premium shoes. Every single pair of premium shoes need premium laces, guys. These are amazing laces, perfect for kids, perfect for ballers, perfect just for style, especially if we're in Los Angeles. Go get your laces at GetLacedLaces.com. GetLacedLaces.com. Use the promo code Fredo and get 25% off today. Code expires on the 31st of December, which we're only about 4 weeks away to the new year.
Yep.
So go ahead and pick up your laces. It's a perfect gift for the holidays, guys. GetLacedLaces.com. Promo code Fredo, 25% off. Hey, what's up, guys? It's myself, Fredo Cervantes here, bringing you a special edition of Fredo Spotlight here, brought to you by Ask Ilya. Of course, any marketing needs, anything you got to do with marketing, you go ahead and hit up Ask Ilya at AskIlya.com. Go ahead and follow them on social media, on Instagram at AskIlya_. You'll go ahead and get all the great updates. You'll go ahead and get all the great updates through Ask Ilya. And myself, Fredo Cervantes, of course, I'm here representing in the front row in Rag House Media. And I'm here with the one and only, straight out of North Philly, Philadelphia. For the people that don't know, we got the one and only Fat Boy Cash. Boy, how you doing right now, my guy?
You know what I'm saying? I feel great, man. You know what I'm saying? I feel great. How you doing?
Man, I'm doing good. You know, I'm out here in LA right now. Usually we have a nice sunny weather out here, but right now it's pretty cold. We're at the 50-degree weather out here. So I know you Philly people out there are used to that one, right?
That's shocking.
Shocking, right? What is it out there right now in Philly?
Well, no, right now it didn't get really cold yet, so we probably like a little couple degrees higher than that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it ain't that real cold yet.
Okay. So you guys are comfortable right now. All right.
Yeah.
So it's hoodie season, you know what it is, and it's as well. It is OG season, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
definitely.
talk to me a little bit about it, man, because I got a chance to go ahead and go through your Instagram. I got a chance to check it out on YouTube as well. I mean, I was playing some of your songs, which I am going to be talking about. Don't rush my love, because I really love that hit. You know, I really ask you about that. But right now, I want to talk about OG season, which is your latest single, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, so just talk to me a little bit about the idea, because I know this went through the pandemic time. We all been going through this. So how rough of a time was it for you during this pandemic to really get some music out there for you?
I mean, man, it was real rough, man. At the same time, with stuff shutting down, studios were shutting down. I own, two businesses, barbershop and restaurant. Luckily, my restaurant was open, but the barbershop was shut down. So, I mean, with all of that on the mind and trying to go record and stuff like that, it did really get a little hectic. But, I mean, that's like my journal. So it's like sometimes, that's my therapy. I got to go to the studio and sometimes let stuff out. So I had to find a way, man. OG season started coming upon us like right before the pandemic, and it's like the pandemic took me through a couple situations where I put in the music, so it was like all.
Yes, so the name, just the name of the track itself, OG season. How did that name come about? Like I understand the song with this title. Sometimes there's always something special to every title of every song, and specifically for this one here during the pandemic time, what came about that title here?
Well, it was like during the pandemic, I got to listen to a lot of music, and a lot of music. I don't know. I'm just not. I'm used to the rappers back in the day, great music and all of that you could ride around to and stuff like that. It just was like nothing but like trap stuff and stuff you got to dance to and stuff like that. So I ain't really have nothing to ride around to or listen to when I was on my lonesome. So it was like I want to bring it back for the OGs, for the people that that listen to music, that got a lot of I got a lot of mind frame about lyrics and stuff like that, and they want to hear some good original music instead of it just being like mumble rap most of the time. So I was like, I'm gonna put this out for the OGs. It's gonna be OG season. It's kind of bringing it back, bringing the music back to something we used to feel, like old LOL albums and old Jay-Z mixtapes and stuff like that. Like I want to get that feel back. So I feel like,
man, I was writing with that song last night, just listening to it over and over again on YouTube, and I was like, man, something about this song, like just that feeling, it brings you back to. I mean, I'm not from the East Side, I'm not from the Philly side, I'm from LA. I hear all sorts of music out here. This specific music brought me back to like the late 90s, early 2000s. I got a good feeling for it. So I was like, this OG season right here, this is a hit for Mr. Fat Boy Cash. But I know we're talking about what's the latest right now. So I want to kind of take the audience and take all of your fans back to the early days before Fat Boy Cash became Fat Boy Cash. Let's talk a
Okay.
little bit about the early years. You know, you grew up in Philly, right?
Yeah, grew up in
Born and
Philly.
raised in Philly?
North
Where exactly
Philadelphia.
in Philly?
North Philadelphia and Frankfurt. That's where I'm from. I was born in North Philly. I was there till about 8, 9 years old, and then I moved out to Frankfurt, and that's where all of this stuff started.
That's when it all started. So talk to me a little
Yeah.
bit about your childhood, man. Growing up in the household, did you have both parents there? How was that situation?
Actually, nah, I ain't have both parents in. I actually, my pop was there until I was about like 5, 6 o'clock, and then, till I was about 5, 6 years old, and then they, it was a little split, whatever, and then I was with my mom or whatever. Then my mom got married, and she's been married for about 16 years or whatever, and my step pop came in, and we got a pretty good relationship, but I still was, that person that was yearning for his father or whatever. So I was out in the streets. I was doing stuff. I was getting into myself. I became a young man at a very young age, man.
And
Very young.
how difficult was that for you? I mean, at what point in your time did you really realize that, hey, I want to pursue music and not the streets?
Probably like 12 years old. Like 12 years old. Because I was a little trouble kid where I was getting in
Hey, man, who was it, right? Who was it?
I was just watching this movie recently. I think it was no, I was watching the Rough Rider Chronicles, and I could relate to DMX because DMX was writing a lot because he was on punishment a lot. That's
Right.
exactly writing. I was on punishment. I was in the room, and I was just listening to music, and I was like, I can do this, and I just started writing. And every time I was on punishment, I was just write. So it became a habit, and then I got skills with it, and then there was no more punishment. It was going out to do shows and stuff like that. So I
And,
just took it positive.
okay, so at an early age during high school, so you were trying to fight through your music time throughout high school time. Did you get a chance to finish that, go to college?
Well, now I wasn't like a dumb kid. I was a smart kid. I just
Uh-huh.
didn't. I knew school wasn't for me.
Yeah,
Like,
right. There's a lot of us like that, man. There's a
yeah,
lot of us like that.
you gotta know yourself, man. You gotta know
Right,
yourself.
right.
Like I didn't. I never failed a grade, and I graduated high school, whatever. I got that completed. I just told my mom, like, I'm not going to college. I said, I'm going straight to work because I know that I'm not going to go to college for nothing but girls. That's it.
Right.
So if you want to waste your money on it, you can. But I'm telling you what I'm gonna do. So she took heed of that, and I went straight to work, and I never turned back.
How difficult was that for your mom to know that her son, young son, is instead he's trying to pursue something else instead of going the original route that everyone usually wants their kids to go through to college? Like, how difficult was that for her? I'm pretty sure you had plenty of conversations with her.
We actually had one good conversation, and it wasn't difficult for her because she knew I wasn't no college kid. She knew I didn't want to be in school. Like she just knew I'd rather be at work and I'd rather be getting money and stuff doing like that or providing. I wasn't getting what I needed out of school. Like I just wasn't. And I can tell by my lifestyle now, like I took the right path. I knew
Right.
myself.
Yeah, at times you realize, years later, you're like, wow, thank God I made this decision because otherwise I would not be here where I'm at today. And same thing in my situation. I did go to school afterwards. I didn't know exactly what I wanted to do. I wanted to join the military. I have family members in the military. So it seemed to me, hey, let me just go the military route. But I decided, you know what, I'm gonna do something that's not kind of normal for me and for
Yeah,
people like me from where I'm from. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna chase this. And 10 years later, I'm doing it. So I can exactly see where your mentality
yeah.
was at a younger age. So at a younger age, at that point in time, you decided to really just go 100% full on into music, or you still had your other side business? Because I understand you also became a business owner, multiple business owner.
Yeah. Well, actually, nah, the story is I was I was I was rapping since 12, did a lot of stuff in music and I got heavy into it, but I was more into getting money. So I did take the path of going to, the streets or whatever and having that. I got my street credit from running a drug block. And even when I was running the drug block, I was successful. I was very successful, but I just knew like that wasn't my lifestyle. So from maybe like 17 to about like 20, 21, I was doing, street vibes. But I was very good at what I did. I never got really locked up or whatever like everybody else did. I was, focused on being good at it. But I just knew that it wasn't a lifestyle for me. So it was like when I felt that way and I felt it was time to get out, I took the money that I had and I bought a barber shop and I put my all into it and became a barber and just got sharp.
Wow. So you became a full-time barber yourself. You just didn't buy the barbershop. You became a barber.
I became a barber and I bought the business.
Wow.
Yeah, all within 1 year.
All
I
within
taught,
one year.
I taught myself how to cut.
Wow, because hey, being a haircut man, I'm very picky with my haircuts. I go to my specific guys all the time, and
Mm,
I can just imagine, and learning like throughout a year, especially when you're older. People always say when you're older, it's harder to learn stuff. It's better to learn it when you're young. But did you ever try to do some haircuts at a young age, or is it something you picked up later on in your life?
no, it was actually like when I got into it, I knew somebody that had owned a barbershop or whatever, and he knew that I was selling drugs or whatever. So he pulled me in and was like, if you get off the streets and you can just do something positive like this, you probably make it. So I was like, that ain't nothing. I can do that. So he was like, it ain't as easy as it looks. I picked up the clippers and I showed him like I could do it.
So you can fade up. You got the line up, the taper. You got it all.
Yeah. I mean,
All right.
I wasn't super sharp at
Yeah.
first, but I
Right.
mean, like, I got the clippers in my hand and I did it and I showed him. I was like, I can do that. And then it was like the cut that I did, it was nice. So he was asking me, can I cut him again? And then after
Oh.
that, I was like, if I do this and I make a business out of it, I could really be a success story. I know I can. So it's like I picked up the clippers and it ain't no lie. Like on my third haircut, I was real sharp. The whereas though people was like, nah, you cutting me now.
Now you cut me, huh? Yeah, you started. Were those first haircuts free, or did you charge a little bit at least?
First haircuts was free. I already had money.
Cool,
Yeah.
cool. So a little bit about your barbershop, out in Philly, I'm not sure how difficult it is to be a business owner, specifically in the area where your barbershop's at. I know you said, it took you a time to get you really, put yourself into this. What made you become a barbershop owner? I understand, you were doing your business outside, dealing with the drugs and stuff, trying to get out of that. And, the barbershop found you because of the gentleman you were just speaking about right now. But what exactly made you like, I want to purchase a barbershop? Because it's not just an easy decision that anyone's going to
Yeah.
make. Hey, I'm going to go purchase the barbershop. But what made you really purchase the barbershop?
All right. Well, it actually was. I started off in a barbershop in Frankfurt, and when I did get the opportunity, I messed the opportunity up because I was actually still doing street stuff, and it was mixing too much with that business. So I made it so I shut that down, and I had to get up out of that area if I wanted to succeed. So I came up to Northeast Philadelphia, where it wasn't really nothing going on at, and I knew somebody that owned a barbershop or whatever. He just owned the building, and he needed barbers. So I went there and I worked for, like maybe like a year and a half. And well, no, it wasn't even a year. It was maybe like close to a year. But within that time, when he seen the skills that I had and know what he wanted to get out the business. So when he said he wanted to get out the business, I actually took it over from him and I put all my last money into it. Everything that I had, it was like maybe like $15,000. I put everything that I had, bought everything out of it, you know what I'm saying, and put my stuff into it. And I paid him for all his stuff. And I ain't turned back. I spent everything I had. I didn't even know where I was gonna get the next month rent from.
Wow.
But I was
You had to
cutting.
take the risk. You had to take the risk, and you had to see what's going to be happening. That's one thing that a lot of people got to learn, because some people don't, and people in your shoes, they don't take that route. They're too afraid to make certain decisions like that. But when you do make the decisions, then you'll see the outcome. And some people never get a chance to see those outcomes. So I just want to congratulate you for having
Appreciate
courage, to do the decisions, that things that people don't want to do at times. So I give it up for you right there, Fat Boy Cash. Right now, before I want to go into a quick commercial break, guys. Right now, I want to go ahead and play one of your latest songs, your latest single, which is OG Season, the one we were talking about earlier today. So, listeners out there, and before I put that song on for you guys right now, I just want to let you guys know as well. Go get laced, guys. For the people that know me, I want to let you know, Fat Boy Cash. You send me your address. I'm gonna go ahead and ship you some of these. These are some amazing premium laces for premium shoes. I'm pretty sure you got some premium shoes there, Fat Boy Cash. And
that's all I that's all I do. I'm a
that's
big
all.
freak.
There it is, man. So you
I
know
got
what I'm.
over 100 mics right now.
All right. So you know what I'm gonna go ahead and do for you, man. I'm gonna go ahead and get you some laces, premium laces, brought to you by Get Lace out here in Southern California, guys. One of our great sponsorships right here we got, which is Get Lace. So go to getlacelaces.com, guys, and go into the website. Do what you gotta do. Once you go to checkout, guys, put your promo code Fredo, Fredo. and you get 25% off your order today, guys. So go ahead and go right now. Go get lace at getlaces.com, guys, and get your promo code Fredo to get 25% off. And this is OG Season by Fatboy Cash here on Fredo Spotlight.
You know what I feel like? You know what I feel like? I'm starting to feel like Jay-Z in 97, man. Starting to feel like, ho! Dig me! With no reasonable doubt, I'm one of the best. Yo, you would think I got coronavirus in my bullets on my shotgun spread. I hit you and 8 of your family members might drop dead. There's no safety on the clock, it's not safe out here. You got a glass jaw, you easily a break out here.
Los Angeles Morris Media Studios, myself, Fredo Cervantes, and I just want to go ahead and again let you guys know, go get your laces, man. You got premium shoes. Every single pair of premium shoes need premium laces, guys. These are amazing laces, perfect for kids, perfect for ballers, perfect just for style, especially if we're in Los Angeles. Go get your laces at GetLacedLaces.com. GetLacedLaces.com. Use the promo code Fredo and get 25% off today. Code expires on the 31st of December, which we're only about 4 weeks away to the new year. So go ahead and pick up your laces. It's a perfect gift for the holidays, guys. GetLacedLaces.com, promo code Fredo, 25% off. The OG Season here by my boy Fatboy Cash right here live with me on Fredo Spotlight. And Fatboy Cash, man, what do you think about the song, man? All the listeners, all the fans are just getting the chance to listen to OG Season. For the people that haven't gotten a chance to listen to, what do you want to let the people know? Because some people are probably listening to it and they're like, damn, who's this? Who the hell is this? I want this guy on my Spotify, on my iTunes every single day. Let them know where they can find you, where they can get all your music at right now, man.
If they search Fatboy Cash anywhere right now, I made sure that, you know, my name, one word, it's not split up. Fatboy Cash. If you search that on anything right now, Spotify, iTunes, anything, you will find it. And you'll find some great music. I'm taking it back. I just like good lyrics and I like good beats, and it's for the people that's like that, man. Maybe everybody ain't in that same lane, but it's for those people in that lane that appreciate that music that we used to have. And I'm still good enough to get up with the music that we got now.
All right. So you're gonna be coming up with some new stuff, right? What's coming up for you right now, Fatboy Cash?
Yeah, right now, one of the biggest collaborations I ever wanted to do was with Styles P from the Locks, and we got one right now. We got a good one called Gangster, and it's really taking the streets. It's giving it back. It's taking it out the clubs, and everybody on quarantine in the house, and you just want good music. Can't go out to the clubs and dance, and that's where you need the good music at, where you can sit and regulate what they saying. That's what I'm taking it back.
So, you know, let's take it a little back to your first single, you know, a little bit back into Don't Rush My Love. You know, when I got a chance to listen to the song, saw the video, saw your dedication to the video. And, you know, first of all, I'm not sure, you know, if she was an actress or that's the real wife or not. But just a story, just watching it just made me realize that a lot of people are really going through this situation, you know, and it's very true in the way you dedicated this video. So I just kind of want to, you know, let us know a little bit about it. What really made you turn this more than just a music video?
Yeah, well, it's like I said, like back in the day, we used to get songs that we can relate to, stories that we can relate to, going through, you know, problems and stuff like that in life. And it's like this story was like part of my story, but that you know, other people went through when you you know, you're doing negative stuff and you know you with a female, she really love you, and you into like the drug game or whatever negative thing that you're doing, and she really love you that much that she just wants you to get out and just change yourself or change your life because she see you going down the wrong path. And it's like, if you really love that person, you're gonna do whatever you gotta do to try to change it up. And that's exactly what that story is about. It's about a love story about, you know, somebody that was on the streets and, you know, had a female that wanted to, you know, that loved him that much, that wanted him to get out. And he was just, you know, in too much. But then he realized, you know, that she was right. So they go through a whole storyline about me, yo, being, you know, on the streets and going through one of my homies getting killed, and, you know, her telling me like it was time to get out. And what I did was I went and I bought a barber shop to get out, and I showed everything in that story, and it's real good to me because it's like part of my life, and I
Yeah.
know
So,
people do it.
you mentioned how difficult it was to kind of be in that life and leading the life. What was one of the most difficult parts that I don't want to say that you miss being part of that life, but what's one of those things that really helped you out to really get to the point where you're at today?
It was just that it was negative. I knew what I was doing was negative.
Right.
It was like even having some of the people that I was serving, getting to know them people, it was just like, I don't want to serve with this. So it was just like, I knew it wasn't me. It was all a money thing for me, and I was just real good at it. But I knew it wasn't, my life. I knew I didn't want to stay in it. Everybody was either getting killed or going to jail and stuff like that. And I ain't want none of that. I had my son to raise, and when I had him, I definitely knew that it was time to switch up. And I just tried to take everybody that I knew that was in that same lifestyle and try to bring them up. Some people came, some people didn't, but I tried my best to get everybody on the same page.
And you have one son, or you have more than one?
Yeah, I have one son.
One son. How old is he right now?
Well, he's 18 right now.
18 right now. Okay, so he kind of saw you grow from where you were at to where you. How does he feel about you? Do you guys have conversations about that?
Yeah, well, definitely. Well, he's rapping now too, so he already know.
Oh,
And
okay, so he's already in the game. He's following your footsteps.
yeah, and he grew up under a boss, because I was already, when I had him, like in his baby years, he didn't really get to see me doing the hustling stuff because I stopped when he was about 2 years old.
Right.
So
Okay.
only thing he knows is a business owner. That's it. Because
Okay.
I've been out on my business since he was born. Period.
Is he cutting any hair for you, man? Is he keeping it in the family as well?
Now, he's actually the one that's into the school books.
Oh,
So
he's the one into the school books. So
yeah,
does he just skip a generation every single time?
yeah, I'm cool with that because he know himself.
Yeah, yeah.
Definitely.
That's good. So whenever any kid wants to stay in the books. That's the way to go. You keep them in the
Yeah.
books. So I know we mentioned about your barbershop, and now I want to talk about food, man. I hear you have a restaurant out in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
What was it called again? You said it was a
Soul food artists.
soul food artist. And talk to me a little bit about the food you got there, because I love food, man. And I know Philadelphia is known for Philly cheesesteaks. I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
you're tired of Philly cheesesteaks out there.
Yeah.
But not people in Los Angeles. People out here are always like, man, I wish I can get a Philly cheesesteak from Philadelphia. Because we have
Yeah.
little, low spots out here called Philly's Best or
It,
Charlie's Best or
it
stuff
ain't
like that. So I know it ain't nothing compared, even Subway's Philly's cheesesteak ain't nothing compared to what the real Philly cheesesteak is out there.
yeah.
You have Philly cheesesteak on your menu in your restaurant.
Actually, no, I don't, because it's a soul food restaurant. But
Okay,
what
okay.
we make specials of the week, so we might make like crazy cheesesteaks, like cheesesteaks with macaroni and cheese on or something.
Oh, okay.
Like
Oh, yeah, that sounds good.
yeah, we get different because I like everything about my restaurant to be unorthodox. Like we got a
Right.
main menu, but we got something that we do like every week, whereas though we make something different, something crazy. Like we make Captain Crunch chicken, and we made
So you got a
yeah,
little secret menu or something right there.
yeah, yeah.
Okay,
So we
okay.
drop something new every week to keep everybody intrigued about what we got going on. So it's
And,
pretty good.
and you mentioned your restaurant never closed throughout the pandemic.
No, that was one of the things that I had that didn't close. I had my barbershop and my restaurant is actually across the street from each other.
No kidding. That is
Yeah.
freaking amazing just to have both of your businesses across. Like you don't have to travel, get in your car, go 10 minutes down the street. You just walk down the street. How incredible is that?
Not even 60 seconds. It's right across the street.
Damn, man. So
Yeah.
and how did that property come about? Like you said you got the barbershop first before the restaurant?
Yeah, well, I had the barbershop first, and it just got to a point to where as though I felt like I was just like at a common spot, and I wanted to keep on rising and going more. So one thing that we always have in our hoods or whatever is Chinese stores. Chinese stores are all over the place. So I mean, one Chinese store that I've seen that actually closed, I said, I'm gonna get that building, I'm gonna turn it into something different. I said, because that's all we have. So in that particular area, when it closed, I jumped on it, and it took me about like 3-4 months or whatever, and I got the plans together, and I just went right at it and created a soul food spot. Just for a couple chefs to have opportunities. I'm not even a chef. I just did this because I felt 100% about it, and it's working out. It's definitely working out.
And how long have you owned this restaurant by now?
It's almost a year now.
Almost a year now. And
Almost a
what's the
year.
difficulty part about being a restaurant owner?
Well, it's the most difficult part with me is just it was the changing of businesses because I have no experience in being in the restaurant or whatever.
Right.
I experience like being a chef, but it's just like if you got a dream, you can follow it, follow it. Can't nobody stop me on my dream or whatever. I'm gonna make it work. And it was just like I got it. I hired some workers, interviewed some people. I mean, sometimes you want to go back and forth trying to find the right staff or whatever. I mean, but it's still going right now, and I still love it. So we're gonna keep it going.
Well, man, congratulations that business was able to stay up for you, especially during this rough time, during this pandemic, during COVID-19. It's been a difficult time. I can just imagine how it's been out there in the east side, the west side, south side, north side of this whole
Yeah,
country, not just the country, the world, because everyone's been going through a tough time. So I'm not sure if you heard, but out in LA, it's been kind of crazy, back and forth, opening, closing things. It's a I don't want to point any fingers, but Governor Newsom out here got to do something because we're
yeah.
going crazy out here.
I heard it was
Stuff
bad.
is going crazy
Heard it
out
was
here. People are leaving. People are fleeing the state, leaving elsewhere. It's kind of good because there's less people in the on traffic out here because LA traffic ain't no joke.
yeah.
But still, man, I don't know what's going on out here. I hope we get some help very soon. But real quick, before we go to our another commercial break, real quick, talk to me a little bit about, personally myself, I want to become a restaurant owner very, very soon. That's one of my first big investments I want to take care of. What do I got to know about that business before I step into it?
It's a lot of technical stuff to deal with, like health department wise, city wise. Um, it's a lot of technical stuff to deal with that I went through. But once you get through that path, it's just understanding what your restaurant needs is, understanding your stock, understanding your staff, basically, and just trying to keep good food out there.
Right.
Because sometimes they try to slack off a little bit and try to differentiate from your menu. So you just got to make sure that you stick to the good food and having people return for it. I
Right.
mean that's
Key, right? You get them to come back. That's key.
yeah, that's key. That's definitely key. That food got to be on point.
Yep. Hey, hey,
Our folks will talk about you. They
all
will
right.
talk.
I bet. I bet you will.
Social media now, they can talk about you.
They can spread the word easily. And
Yeah.
one way that I'm gonna go ahead and spread the word for everybody right now is spread the word on Get Lace, guys. Y'all, everybody gotta go ahead and get lace. You got premium shoes. Every pair of premium shoes, guys, need premium laces. So go to getlaces.com. Purchase some laces, purchase a hoodie. It's hoodie season. They got new custom laces, they got t-shirts, they got everything for you. So go ahead and go to getlaces.com. Use the promo code Fredo and get 25% off today. I know I'm gonna hook up my guy, Fat Boy Cash, with some nice laces to go ahead and represent out there in Philadelphia, man. There it is. So when we come back, we're gonna go ahead and touch a little bit more with Fat Boy Cash before I let you guys go. This is Fredo Cervantes here with Fredo Spotlight, brought to you by AskIlya.com. And we are back here in Los Angeles, Morris Media Studios. Myself, Fredo Cervantes, and I just want to go ahead and again let you guys know, go get your laces, man. You got premium shoes. Every single pair of premium shoes need premium laces, guys. These are amazing laces, perfect for kids, perfect for ballers, perfect just for style, especially if we're in Los Angeles. Go get your laces at GetLacedLaces.com. GetLacedLaces.com. Use the promo code Fredo and get 25% off today. Code expires on the 31st of December, which we're only about 4 weeks away to the new year.
Yeah.
So go ahead and pick up your laces. It's a perfect gift for the holidays, guys. GetLacedLaces.com. Promo code Fredo, 25% off. Here, guys, on Fredo Spotlight with myself, Fredo Cervantes, here with In the Front Row, Ask Ilya and Raghouse Media. I got the one and only Fat Boy Cash all the way from Philadelphia. Raise it up out there, man. Who do you want to shout out real quick? Who do you want to shout out there, man, right now? Shout out anybody you want.
My hood fella clique, man. You know what I'm saying? We doing big stuff right now, man. My brother Black Diamonds, man. We doing big stuff right now, man. My other barbers in the shop, man. My man Nell, you know what I mean? My brother JB3. Yeah, man, we really doing it right now, man. All my hood fella clique, man. They know who they are, man. Definitely.
That's what's up. We got to keep your circle close right there, right?
Definitely.
There it is. And so right now we're talking about, you were mentioning you're gonna open up a barbershop in Los Angeles, and you already have one
Yeah,
in
hold on, wait.
Atlanta.
Shout out to Leonard James too. Leonard James is my guy right now. Leonard
Right,
James,
right.
I got the Corey and the McKinney. They
Uh-huh.
helping me with the fellas right now. So yeah, definitely. I had to shout them out, man.
There it is. And we don't want to forget about anybody out here, right? So shout out to those people out there. But as well, so this a little bit about your new barbershop. You said you're gonna open up a new one in Los Angeles.
Yeah, I'm gonna open up one in LA. I'm currently working with my guy Bliss Beast and Jocelyn from Love and Hip Hop to get one
Okay.
in too. Because I already have one in Atlanta. Head Artist Atlanta, Head Artist ATLs is popping right now.
Okay. And what specific area are you looking out here in Los Angeles?
Actually, I wanted to get bougie and be in Hollywood somewhere.
Okay,
But
okay.
I want to go where as though I know I'm going to be, the business is going to be right. Because the
This is gonna be
location is
right. Yeah,
definitely.
one place I personally recommend maybe to look out is, I'm not sure if you're familiar with the Valley area out in Los Angeles, which is a little bit about 10 minutes north of Hollywood and whatnot. That's a very nice, popular area. I feel like you will get a lot of business out in the Valley area in Los Angeles, but as well on the coast side, Redondo Beach, Manhattan Beach,
Yeah,
Santa Monica. That's a nice area too, as well, because some people are always looking for barbershops, and your barbershop can be popping out there, especially in the summertime. And LA here, I mean, I guess 75% of the time it's kind of a summer to us out here. That
yeah.
25% is right now where it's kind of freezing to us. Because I'm dying at 52 degrees right now. I'm dying. I know that's nothing to you guys out there, but we dying out here, man.
I hear that.
Yeah. So I want to ask you a little bit, because I know once you started rapping, and this happens to everybody in any type of field. Once you're growing up into a certain field, who were you looking at? Who were you looking forward to possibly? Hey, you know what? I want to become like that guy one day. Yeah, I want to be that guy one day. Who exactly was on your mind? Maybe it was more than one person, but who was on your mind that inspired you to be who you are today?
I mean, it's music. It's been a lot of inspiration, but as far as like business, I gotta honestly say that I inspire myself because I always be wanting to know what I can do next. And I never knew nobody that was doing nothing like I was doing as far as like having multiple businesses at my age and what I was doing as far as like controlling a certain section of an area. So I mean, one thing that what I learned about, and it was like after he passed, everybody was saying that I was a young Nipsey. Like because I was actually doing what Nipsey was doing in Philadelphia before he was, and just like a
Oh,
lot of yeah, he had more like recognition.
mhm.
I didn't look for the recognition, but people in Philly definitely know that I had that before him, and the stuff that I'm building up now is just like the same as him. So, I mean, I couldn't say he was an inspiration because he was, I didn't really know all of the stuff that he was doing, but I can say that in a lot of ways we are similar because we have a lot of the same stuff going on music wise, business wise, still looking to the future to create more businesses. So I mean, Nipsey was he was a good inspiration as far as like when I learned out what he was doing, and I learned that it was somebody else that had that same type of energy that I did to go out here and make it. It
Vision,
was,
right? That vision.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, because
So
girl,
that a lot.
being out here in LA, and seeing what happened in Nipsey about, it's gonna be 2 years now, or a little over a year now, a year and a half or so. It was devastating. The city of LA, it crushed everybody. And one of my studios, where I worked out of, at Morris Media Studios, which is on Crenshaw Boulevard, which is about 5 minutes away from where that situation happened right there with Nipsey. It was a very, very down, it was like a tragedy for the community, and more for the
Yeah,
community than for everybody else, because that community was being created and being brought up, a community that's very well known throughout the country as South Central was really coming up and really being pushed up because of Nipsey's hustle. And just seeing what happened to him that time, and when we were talking early on, you talking about your businesses, what you're doing on the side, and you're still pushing down your previous story. It reminded me a little bit about that, because I see his
yeah,
hustle, and everyone hustle. When I see somebody hustle, I'm like, man, this is a hustler. Like this is a guy who really wants it. Because in our business, your business, my business, when we see people, sometimes you see people that are like, they don't really want it. Some people really want it, and those are the people that are really working harder at doing it in whatever way possibly got to. So that's why I've been looking at you right now, just seeing the way you are, the way you're, your focus, your mindset. You got a vision, and everybody needs a vision, because someone cannot, you can't go for a drive or go to Arizona without really knowing where you're heading to. You got to have a plan, a road plan, a map of what you want to do. And without that, you ain't gonna get nowhere. You maybe just be doing U-turns the whole time, but you're not gonna be doing much. But a little bit more about Philly, because I know there's some artists out in Philly. Anyone specifically that you look up to coming out of Philly? People you work out in Philly? Because I'm pretty sure there's people that we don't know about yet, but there's people out in Philly that are really popping out there. What's going on out in Philly for you?
Well, it's right now. It's like local rappers already know who I am, so I've been working with a lot. But one of my favorite artists of all time from Philly is, everybody know it, is Beanie Siegel. It's Beans. Like, that's one of my favorite artists when I was growing up. Period. He one of the people that I know that I rap like, stuff like that or whatever. I mean, Meek Mill really doing it for the city, definitely. And there's a couple more rappers around that that's really popping off or whatever, but I'm OG Cash, and I'm doing it right now.
There it is, the one and only Fat Boy Cash out there in Philly.
Right.
Nobody can get on top of this man out there. So Meek Mill, you a fan of his? You said you like his music, like his style.
Definitely.
Have you gotten a chance to meet Meek?
Well, we know similar people. We ain't really actually run into each other or whatever, but we actually from the same area. It's just that he's younger than me, so I was already doing my thing when he started.
And other big entertainers out there, because I know in Philly, Kevin Hart is like a god to a lot of people out there.
Yeah,
a fan of Kevin Hart's out there.
We went to the same high school. We went to Washington together.
No kidding. Same year or?
Yeah.
No kidding.
I went to high school with him, definitely. He was in the yearbook and everything. We used to run through each other always and all of that. He wasn't no super comedy guy at the time.
Right.
Definitely was. He was funny or whatever. Then
after that, what did you remember about him, like back then? Like, now seeing him who he is today, because he's arguably the, I guess in my eyes right now, I can say he's like the best comedian out there. I mean, he's the one that puts up the numbers. I mean, it's at the end of the day, it's about the numbers. And for him, he's
definitely
really
he deserved everything. He deserved everything. He went a long time, and he really went for it. I remember him in small comedy shows on South Street or whatever, where we would come down and see him at the Laugh House. And he was real funny then. And I think it was right before that I seen him at a couple shows at the Laugh House that he got his big break on Soul Plane. And you just got to be happy for somebody, that been through that, been perfecting their craft and going through their struggles with their craft, and then they finally get their break and they go after it. You gotta feel really good about that. Because when I was in high school, I just remember him being, he's a little small, dark-skinned guy, with it. He always kept like a polo shirt on. Like the button polos.
Yeah.
He had them things laced every time I seen him. Striped ones, all of that. So I really noticed, I remember him from being the polo guy that kept a button up on the little 2-3 button ones.
Right.
That was him. Little fly guy.
Wow, man. Well, yeah, Kevin Hart is a very good person. He's a very great comedian, and he's a great guy. And that accident he had about a year ago out here in Calabasas, where it could have been worse than what the situation was. So thank God he's okay. Thank God he's okay. And a little bit more about Philly. I want to touch a little bit about Philly, because basically I'm no more of a sportsman. I love my sports, and I don't know if you love your sports out there in Philly. I know in Philly it hasn't been so well, for Philly sports fans out there. Hasn't been great. You're a sports fan, man? Do you keep an eye on your sports out there?
Always. I'm more of a heavy Sixers fan than I am Eagles.
Okay.
I miss Allen Iverson, man. That was some of my best times ever. Miss Allen Iverson. But I think we Sixers right now, we really got a good squad or whatever. I like all sports though. The Flyers, everything Philly. I'm good, definitely. Big time Phillies fan, because my grandpa raised me on the Phillies. So I was at the World Series when they won it. I'll never forget that. So it was real big.
The World Series, that was what, 2008, 2009?
Yeah.
2008, right? Yeah.
When the Eagles won Super Bowl II, it was crazy for the city.
Yeah, Super Bowl II against Tom Brady.
Yeah,
That was big.
yeah, it was
That was
real big. City went crazy. I never seen it like that here ever. But there was
so.
so much joy here. It was crazy.
So what's the bigger sporting out there? What is it? Is it the Eagles? Is it the Sixers? Phillies out there? Who's the biggest one?
I would say Eagles.
Eagles are the biggest one.
Because people here die hard for the Eagles. They die hard for the Eagles. You can't say nothing about no Eagles up here. You can talk about the Sixers, you can talk about the Flyers, you can talk about the Phillies. But if you say something about the Eagles, you better get yourself ready.
Boy, Eagles fly, Eagles
Yeah,
fly.
that's right. They all ride together. There is no race. There is no nothing against each other. They will be like this, and they will come at you together. They could just be fighting each other in the middle of the street. You say something about the Eagles, they will come your way. That's how bad it is. They laugh birds, man.
Wow, man. Well, just to let you know a little bit about how it goes down in LA. In LA, if you're not a Laker fan, you're gonna be hated. That's basically it. This is Lakerland. So, hey, Fat Boy Cash, whenever you come out to LA and get your barbershop rolling, you better have some Kobe on the wall. You better have LeBron. You better have some Shaq, some Kareem, because people will come for your shop for that reason. We better not see no Philly stuff out there. Maybe some AI, because AI is an icon. But anybody else, I better not see no Carson Wentz. I better not see no Bryce Harper. None of that stuff out here, right, man?
Say nothing from the Clippers out there, huh?
No, man. Don't even talk about that team right now. People are starting to, they're trying to put up a campaign and get them assholes back to Seattle. That's what they're trying to do out here. Clipper fans are not loved out here, man.
Seattle Clippers, huh?
Yeah, Seattle Clippers, man. And you guys just took their leftover in Doc Rivers for the Philadelphia 76ers. So
yeah,
I wonder how that's going to go out there, especially with Mr. Flatshot and Ben Simmons.
Yeah. Then he don't get no jump shot. I don't know what's going to happen.
Oh man. So before I let you go, man, I really want to just, let you know, Fat Boy Cash, it was, an honor to be here with you today. Break it down for the fans out here. Let them know what you're all about, what's coming up new for you, and just an inspiration story for a lot of people out here. Because once people get a chance to check this interview out, they're going to be inspired to do something new and to follow a new path, a dream, maybe change their old ways to a new way. And that's exactly what we got a chance to learn from you here today, and how you can change your life. You don't have to stay on the same path that you've been going on. There's better things out there that everyone can do. And you just literally laid it out there for everybody that there is a game plan out there. There is, things you can do to better yourself for a better life out there. So, Fat Boy Cash, just want to appreciate your time here today on Fredo Spotlight. And of course,
appreciate that.
Oh, no problem, Fat Boy Cash. And any last minute thing you want to let your fans know, anybody out there, any last minute thing before we let everybody go?
Yeah, definitely. I want everybody to look out for that new single that's coming out featuring Styles P called Gangster, because it's really, really a good track, whatever, taking it back to, good music. And OG season definitely coming out. We're trying to get that out before the fourth quarter, but I just want it to be, a smash. So I'm still working on a couple things or whatever. We got head artist Atlanta. We got head artist Philly. We're trying to get head artist New York right now, and soul food artist is doing really well, whatever. So we're try to expand that. I also got I got a business complex that's, under construction right now that's going to offer a lot of opportunities to young business owners that, that need space or whatever to get themselves started. I'm going to be providing that within the next 3-4 months or whatever in Philadelphia. So, a lot of big things going on, man. A lot of big things. Just a blessing to still be, in control of this success that I'm having.
Yeah, especially during COVID season right now, because this is what we're going to call it. This is COVID year. This is 2020. Yeah. Once anybody hears 2020, it's going to be like, oh, yeah, I remember that downfall year.
I call it 20 quarantine.
2020 quarantine, what you say?
20 quarantine.
20 quarantine, there it is. That's exactly what it was. And this was a wake-up call for a lot of people. But, honestly, I think it just gave everybody a good understanding about how good we had it and the other things we got to do to kind of continue rolling. Because stop like this on everything, everyone had to really kind of figure out what they have to do now and what way they can do it. So in a way, it was a good thing, but not really, because it was really, I guess at one point, it was pretty boring.
Yeah. Definitely in the house. It felt like on house arrest, man. I've never been on house arrest in my life.
Till now, till 2020, everybody was on house arrest for a bit.
Yeah.
Oh man, well, hey, Fat Boy Cash, again, I just want to thank you again for stopping by here on Fredo Spotlight. You know, it was a pleasure and an honor to have you on here again, guys. You got the one and only Fat Boy Cash. Go ahead and listen to his latest single that we got here, which is OG Season, as well as his earliest single, which was Don't Rush My Love, one of my favorite ones out there. I'll be sharing that with you guys here. And again, this is Fredo Cervantes here with Fredo Spotlight. And I'm your host, and we'll see you very soon. And we are back here in Los Angeles, Morris Media Studios, myself, Fredo Cervantes. And I just want to go ahead and, again, let you guys know, go get your laces, man. You got premium shoes. Every single pair of premium shoes need premium laces, guys. These are amazing laces, perfect for kids, perfect for ballers, perfect just for style, especially if we're in Los Angeles. Go get your laces at GetLacedLaces.com. GetLacedLaces.com. Use the promo code Fredo and get 25% off today. Code expires on the 31st of December, which we're only about 4 weeks away to the New Year. Yep. So go ahead and pick up your laces. It's a perfect gift for the holidays, guys. GetLacedLaces.com. Promo code Fredo, 25% off.